as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day.
Hello Marbella, it's Amanda from Silken Sin here again. And this week I'm going to talk about something which a lot of us face in life at times, and that's peer pressure. Being asked or encouraged or challenged to do something that you actually don't really want to do, but possibly feel you should, or you do because you feel you owe it to that person to do so. And this can be anything from a best friend challenging you to skydiving, to starting a new sport, to moving house, to living in a different country, to anything at all like that. And I'd like your views on this. I've had a letter from a couple who are thinking of moving over to Spain, and one partner desperately wants to and the other partner doesn't. And I've advised them, of course, as always, to discuss this, and we've gone into more detail about this with them and recommended that they come over and try holidays and rentals and things like that before they make, which is quite a major decision. But peer pressure can come upon us for lots and lots of different reasons. Friends wanting us to go out when actually we want to just sit there and watch TV in this cold January weather, or people asking us to do something we don't want to do, try a new sport, come and play tennis with me. No, actually I don't want to, I like being a couch potato. Come to the language class with me, come and do this with me. And what do? We want to keep our friends happy, we want to keep our partners happy. And quite often we go along and we do stuff that really we don't want to do. What do you think? Would you go along with something like that? If your best friend said to you, I've booked us a skydiving flight this weekend and you're coming with me, would you record in horror, or would you go ahead and say, yeah, why not? Or would you do it even though you didn't want to because you didn't want to disappoint your friend? And that's what it comes down to really, isn't it? Disappointing people. We all want our friends and partners to be happy with us, and we want them to feel that we're making them happy and that we're giving them the best of ourselves. But sometimes by doing that, we're not doing ourselves any favours, and we're not actually doing the relationship any favours. So again, discuss, as I suggested to the couple where they were thinking about moving and one partner wanted to and one partner didn't. Try it. Don't say no immediately perhaps, but discuss. Say to your friend, well, skydiving sounds absolutely amazing, but I'm really, really terrified. And then maybe you can try something else together. There are lots of situations where we find peer pressure, and it can be major issues or it can be minor ones. As I said, do you want to come out tonight? And really we don't feel like coming out. We want to paint our toenails, put a face pack on and watch back issues of Emmerdale. But we get ready, go out and do it. And deep down inside, we feel a little bit of resentment about doing something that we really don't want to do. What do you think? Should we go along with things, or should we stand up for ourselves and say no, at the risk of our relationships with our friends, partners, even in work? You can be asked to do something in your place of employment that you're not happy with, and you go along and do it, but really, should you be doing so? Maybe take the issue to a boss or human resources person and say, look, I'm not enjoying this aspect of my job, this isn't what I want to do. I think it's about standing up for yourself, and standing up for yourself is very, very important. And in fact, if you do stand up for yourself, you sometimes find that you get more respect and more out of that friendship or relationship than you would do if you didn't stand up for yourself like that. If you didn't say, no, this is me and take me as I am. And although I do think it is quite good to try new things sometimes, and I certainly would go skydiving, and I hope you would too, or at least think about trying it, I'm trying to say, stand up for yourself, respect yourself, don't do anything you don't feel comfortable with. Life is too short not to try new things, but it's also too short not to be you and be who you are and stand up proudly for who you are. So, have you had any situations like this where you feel forced into doing something that you don't really want to do? Let us know. Please send us your problems, your issues, whatever you, Marbella, would like to talk about, and we'll be very, very happy to help you deal with them. I'm getting lots and lots of emails all the time, and I like getting more. So I will reply to you either on this program via Nicole or personally as soon as I can. So remember, respect yourself, stand up for yourself, be proud of who you are, but also be open to change and try new things. And I hope that Mr. and Mrs. Smith decide to come and try lovely Spain and lovely Marbella and maybe joining us in the near future. Have a great week, Marbella, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Thank you very much. Bye from Amanda.
Hey, hey.
This next section is sponsored by Linea Directa, tailor-made expat car insurance. It's very cool that our light posts are adorned with the Davis Cup colour flags for England and Spain, who are playing in the Puente Romano in February. But those Brits or any foreigner who is driving around our streets, if you do not have a NIE, a national identification document, and you're not resident on the town census here in Marbella, if you do get stopped for speeding or for any other infraction, you will have to pay a cash fine. And just to let you know that if you're arguing in a car with someone and the police behind see that and think it's distracting you too much, that could be finable, 80 to 100 euros, as is having the radio too loud. And as I say, if you're not a resident or you don't have your NIE, you're not on the town census, those are cash fines. And if you don't have cash with you, the police will go with you back to your hotel or apartment or to wherever it takes you until you find that money. Be prepared. This next section is sponsored by Linea Directa, tailor-made expat car insurance.
Hey, hey.
If you're wondering why I'm sitting a little bit further away from our lovely Martyn, it's only because I've got a bit of a cold, and the last thing I want to do is give him anything, the dreaded lurgy that everyone's trying to resist or has succumbed to. Martyn, it's lovely to look at you so healthy. Keep my distance.
Maintain your distance.
Exactly. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Healthy, I can see
Yes,
it, bright
healthy.
and bushy-tailed.
Thank you. Yeah.
How was your Christmas, New Year? Were you in Marbella?
Very busy. We were here on the coast. We stayed on the coast. Very busy with work, but took the days off to enjoy Christmas with the grandchildren. It was great
how
fun.
wonderful.
Yeah.
How wonderful. Martyn is our concert man here on the Costa del Sol. And you've been doing this for a long time, but you're moving into like another gear now.
Yes, we are. Stepping it up just a little bit, yeah, for 2018.
So what are the plans? What have you got lined up for us?
What I've got lined up is a series of one-week mini tours for UK shows and artists. We decided to do this rather than just have a one-off event because we were asked by people who live the whole length of the coast if we could bring something nearer to them. So we're actually covering from Gibraltar to Torre del Mar, and we have 5 or 6 events each of the weeks that I've got these people across, and it's once a month.
Oh, that is very cool. I mean, that makes a nice difference. Supposed to bring them over for one night.
Yeah.
You bring them over and they're doing a mini tour along our Costa del Sol.
That's it.
It's a very cool idea.
People don't like to travel too far, so we travel to them.
That's exactly it. In fact, this is one of the biggest problems of keeping businesses going off-season.
Yes.
Is because people won't travel.
And
so
that's
who's
the
lined
other
up
thing.
then?
That's the other thing. It's winter and spring because, as you know, we're heavily involved in the summer open air concerts, which I love. I much prefer being open air.
Excuse me.
Jesus.
Thank you.
But we had such a demand for these kind of shows during winter and spring that we decided we would do from February through until summer starts in June. So next month is our first one, February, and we're bringing the top UK touring ABBA tribute show.
Oh, well, I love ABBA.
Yeah, everybody loves
I
ABBA.
love
I mean,
ABBA.
everybody has either sung or danced along to Dancing Queen, Mamma Mia.
Just so many. It's
there's
just
so many.
Just so many. I was a big fan.
And this group that we're bringing across, it was the same director producer from the Mamma Mia show in
Which was
London.
amazing.
Sorry, ABBA Mania show in London. And we actually have the original Frida, who's the dark-haired girl, and she's part of this 4-piece group. and they're coming across. The first one actually is on Valentine's Day night down in Estepona.
Oh,
so it's not far from here.
What a lovely way to go out and celebrate.
Well, that's what I
Valentine's.
thought. Yes,
Yes.
you know, and it's in the auditorium. I assume you've been down to the auditorium.
It's a beautiful place. It's not
Beautiful
used enough
place.
actually,
No,
and
it's
no one
not.
knows where it is. And
You can't miss it. It's so easy to find.
But it's beautiful. It's a real auditorium.
It is,
and it's very
proper-
comfortable. It's
proper
beautifully
theatre.
set up.
Great seats and a brilliant view for everybody in there.
But
So
again, as what you say, getting people to actually go somewhere. We're used to just going to a restaurant and they've got everything there for you. But when you get something as special as this,
it's a bit too big to put in a restaurant, to be honest. I mean, as it happens, the last show that we're doing is in a restaurant, but it's an open plan restaurant, so it's more like a theatre setup.
how can people get tickets if they want to go, for example, to this event and the other events
The
coming
easiest
up?
place to go to is costadeldisco.com. That's our website. From
Costa
there's
del Disco.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Not Costa del Sol Disco, it's Costa del Disco. Simple as that. And they can find me on Facebook as well under my name, Martyn Wood, and Hot Summer Nights, because that's what our Facebook page is called.
So obviously this is the first to kick off the season. Can you
That's
give
right.
us any other
Yes, I can.
names that are
In
coming up?
March, almost exactly a year later, we're bringing back the stars of the West End. And these are principal performers from West End musicals who get together and tour and sing songs from the musicals that they've appeared in, plus other musicals that are popular. For example, the leading singer, performer, is Mike Sterling, who has been Phantom in Phantom of the Opera over 1,000 times. We've got a girl called Lucy, who has played Glinda, the witch in Wicked. And this time we've got a girl called Kate Golston, who has been in Mamma Mia. And of course, Mamma Mia 2's out, so there's huge interest in that.
Well, so all the calibre of the artists is
Oh, it's
right
top.
up there.
It's top artists, yeah. And they do a 2-hour show, and they cover songs not just from the musicals that they've been in, but also other ones like Les Mis, Oliver, Mary Poppins is another one, Sound of Music. So if you like the music and the songs from musicals, this is a treat.
Certainly do.
It is a treat.
And I like that you're going to be taking these up and down the coast.
Up and down
so
the coast,
what
yeah.
areas do you like? You know the areas, for example,
Yeah,
for
exactly.
these
I mean,
ones?
Gibraltar, we're on board the Sunborn, and I know you've been down there. It's an amazing place. We're in the big ballroom there. In Estepona, as we've just said, in the theatre auditorium. Then we move up onto Bedell Madina area, and we're in the Moonlight, which is in Sunset
Very, very
Beach.
nice venue as well.
Great venue. And then from there we go up to Torre del Mar, which is on the other side of Malaga, and in a place called Salon del Mar, which is our biggest venue, as it seats 750 people.
It's quite
Big
an
place.
impressive venue. I went there to see the Rat Pack.
Oh, did you?
And a special
Yeah.
performance. And it's amazing when you go up to different areas that it's really very nice. I mean,
That's
normally we're
right.
thinking you've got to get a tetanus injection or you've got to get your passport renewed because you're leaving,
You're
you know,
leaving Marbella.
You're leaving Marbella. But it doesn't really take long to
No,
go
it doesn't.
anywhere.
It doesn't.
We just get so comfortable, to not say lazy.
But that's right. So if I can bring something like this to an area near you, then it makes more sense, because to travel between 5 and 20 minutes isn't that bad. But you know, if we are only on in Estepona, for example, people up on Fuengirola and Torremolinos end of the coast really do think twice about driving that distance, especially if you want to drink and then drive home.
I mean, we
You
think
won't do
about it twice going from Marbella to Nueva Andalucía. And if you are going to drink and drive, that's part of our zero hero designated driver.
Yeah.
Just get someone who's going to drink and the other one's going to drive, and you work it out between you.
That's it.
Exactly, no
That's
taking any risks.
That's
Martyn,
right.
it's lovely to see you.
Thank you
and
very
it's lovely
much.
to see you've got such exciting things going on. So Costa del Disco,
costadeldisco.com.
or Hot
Yeah.
Summer Night.
Hot Summer Nights on Facebook.
that,
yeah.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much, and I hope you get better soon.
Thank you.
Hey, hey.
I hope you enjoyed meeting our guests this week, and that if you do something of interest, that you let us know, because obviously we'd like to have you on the programme to share that with our community. That's what this programme's all about. We get to know you, you get to know us, and hashtag we are better together. Be amazing how many people you will see on this programme that maybe will be useful socially, for your business. Anyway, it's nice to get to know each other. We appreciate you joining us once again for the programme. It's really lovely to have you with us. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and we'll see you next week.
and it's time.